There, YouTube. This is Sibbles of Bits back at it again with another Arcanium run. But before we go into this run, I kind of wanted to give, I guess, sort of a channel update for you guys. Reason why this channel update is going to be in an Arcanium video and not necessarily in just its own video is because, one, let me be perfectly honest, doing a channel-wide channel update would be a lot of editing, and that takes a lot of time. Mad respect to content creators who actually do that sort of stuff. The other thing is that I don't know if you guys have pretty much noticed, but the other game that I pretty much cover, Back for Blood, is kind of dead. So it's pretty much just you guys on the channel as far as I'm concerned. Still playing Back for Blood occasionally. Definitely still I would like to finish Potionomics, but as much as I'd hate to say it, it's kind of analytics poison. And one thing that I wanted to be a bit upfront about is that for those of you who are unaware, currently development for Arcanium is coming to a close because either due to publisher issues or just money issues with the studio, Arcanium isn't performing very well, and so it is more or less going into a dormant state for a while. And so that means maybe a slat patch, but for the most part, no content updates. And this is quite misfortunate because, as you guys probably know, I greatly enjoy the game. I don't know how many hours I'm at anymore, but it's definitely given me 700 hours. I still think that it's an amazing game. I would recommend it to anybody to try out if you guys are still looking to get into it. But obviously, with the game, like, to put it, stagnating, not developing much anymore, and honestly, after like 800 hours of the game, eventually, like, the amount of stuff that I can learn about the game is becoming less and less. And so, as far as my interest is concerned, my interest is starting to drop in Arcanium. I would still expect to see some Arcanium going forward, but expect to see it eventually taper off and games more along the lines of Endless Dungeon, Hellcard, Inkbound when that comes out into early access, maybe a couple of other games, and expect to see those becoming more prevalent. Now, I understand that a lot of people here are here for Arcanium, and so that might cause you guys to go your own separate ways, not subscribe, stop watching videos. That's perfectly fine. I thank you for all of your support. And a lot of you guys might be saying, well, didn't you say that you were going to do some, like beginner guides or stuff like that? Yeah, I still would like to do some beginner guides. The thing that comes up with that is I've certainly noticed over, I'd say, the past few months, and even like while I was doing like information for Back for Blood, is, as I would say it, I'm absolutely terrible with the squishies, meaning, soft skills, dealing directly with people. And it's very difficult for me to train people in stuff that's complex. Before my current job, I used to be a certified operator trainer in manufacturing, and I've trained a lot of people. Like, that stuff's easy. Managing a line with like 18 variables is absolutely easier, in my opinion, than trying to teach somebody how to play Arcanium, because there's a lot of variables, in my opinion, that go through a run of Arcanium. And it's a relatively simple game, in all honesty. So, it's the main problem about it is, how much do I teach you guys and what's on the need to know basis? Because I can't really just regurgitate everything up at once. Because one, it's probably not going to make coherent sense if you've been following the videos. I have to try and like either look at stuff at like a microcosm of like, oh, I'm looking at these rewards, this is how I feel. Or I have to come up with an idea of, okay, today we're going to talk about why Hex is the worst DOT in the game. But there's so many interlinking things, especially as I was going through something like the basics of choosing which province to go to. That's actually a very complicated process. And so deciding how much information do I cut out of that while still having something that's actually still useful on its own. I don't know, like any content creator that actually makes guides definitely have my respect, because it is definitely a balance to make. So I would still love to get some beginner guides out there. I don't know what they're going to look like. I don't know how many of them there are going to be. But even if the game truly is dead, there's still going to be people who are going to stumble into Arcanium in like discount bins on Steam. Oh, excuse me. They're still going to stumble into discount bins on Steam, Steam sales, stuff like that. They're going to be interested in Arcanium, and leaving them as much as I can is certainly a way that like makes me feel like I've done good for the community, and I've certainly tried my best to champion this game. I don't know if I'm even able to talk about it, but the devs were honestly going to hire me to write the wiki for this game because that is severely outdated. And that's certainly something that's more in my wheelhouse, right? That's just data validation. Just straight up writing facts. Not trying to present it in a way that's easy for somebody who I can't actually directly interact with to understand exactly what's going on in my head. Anyways, I guess we can go ahead and start the run at this point. But if all of that gave you good feels, bad feels, I don't know feels, be sure to leave that down in the comments below if you want to talk about it. But pretty much just me upfront being here saying Arcanium's winding down, and just to be prepared for that, I guess. And thank you guys very much for, again, the support that you've given me. Even if you're not down there posting down in the comments below, I see all the views. I see how many people are watching, how much of the videos, and it's been pretty nice. I definitely wouldn't give it up for anything. Okay, we've got Poison Tara, Maverick with Tombstone. How did this happen? Okay, so we've got a poison build. I also don't think that we've had much of Maverick on stream. I know that when we were doing speed running, we were using Maverick because reasons. And I think he showed up once when we were just streaming in general on Twitch. But otherwise, we haven't really played a lot with him. Sigillus Cirrus is interesting as a blocker. But we're looking right now, and we're seeing that we have quite a bit of poison, at least in our kit right now. Okay. So where would we want to go for poison? Things that are obvious is we can either stack more poison by going into Anador. There are some enemies there that can resist it. Enemies that cleanse themselves there. But if we get there around when blues drop, we can get access to crit versus poison, which is going to be a huge amount. Thorum really doesn't help us at all in this regard. He's pretty much just going to be our defense. But Thorum Tara is pretty good for just pushing out ultimates. But unfortunately, Maverick actually has less health than Tara. So, oh my good lord, he's actually going to be getting a lot of the resolves from Thorum. Yeah, this is going to be pretty interesting. I don't even honestly know where to take this team right now. I think Antidote, because we just have so little health. We're going to get absolutely smattered when stuff starts doing AoE damage. Because Thorum has access to some AoE shielding. I would have felt much better if we would have had access to his AoE shield ult. But we don't have that. Yeah, I think it almost has to be here. Hold up. Why am I getting no audio? There we go. Hopefully you guys were still getting that. That was kind of awkward. Hopefully the audio was in there. Otherwise I would just be talking to the title screen for about 10 minutes. Yeesh. Anyways. Campsite seems pretty good. We're probably going to take a lot of damage. This could be used to heal us after 4 fights. Explore tiles in Uzir for an heirloom. Do we want to go to Uzir? We're kind of far away right now, but the question is do we go to Uzir or do we go to Scorched Lands? Maybe we go to Uzir. Hmm. "20 enemies in Uzir for an item." Hmm. I think we'll stick with this. Alright. I like the early relics. Alright. We want a hex shot first. Alright. This ended up being quite clean, actually. It's gonna deal 8, so that'll kill you. So let's... Thank God that that hit, because otherwise we kind of wasted that. Oh, jeez. Alright, that's dead. Replace that, I guess. Stack that. Alright. And next round we're out. I like Twin Bullet, but I think that Enhance might have to be what we go for here. Simply because it's a way for us to make minions block for more, and that's probably going to have to technically be our AoE. We'll get rid of a Searing Blow for that too. this is pretty much precisely what we're talking about. That minion's unfortunately going to die, but having Enhance in hand is nice for next turn. And we're pretty much just going to have to eat all this damage, because that's what this team is. Absolutely no defense. That certainly helps. Being able to get a turn 2 kill. Nice. All right. I'll admit, Magic Bullet seems pretty interesting. I also like the idea of you taunting. I'm going to turn into some sort of weird-ass pseudo-Shinzo here. Duplicate an artifact of your choice. You piece. Dupe an ability of your choice, though. A second Hammer Toss is probably like the best thing that we got here. We only have 2 cards. A second Enhance, maybe? But Sigil of Sirius is pretty much going to cover that for us. So we'll take a second Hammer Toss. Completely get rid of this red nonsense. I really want access to that forge. Because an early game Anadorian bow would be pretty huge. Giving you access to Might would be pretty good as well, but we don't really have access to that without going into Scorch Lines. Let's not get poisoned. This one's going to get tight. I feel like we're going to get poisoned. Maybe not. No, we're going to get poisoned. Unless... Blap. All right. Do we... Again, twin bullets back. Heartseeker Arrow doesn't really feel much better without Serrated Arrow, but the fact of the matter is... do we even care about Serrated Arrow? We aren't really exhibiting a lot of hit damage. Heartseeker Arrow is at least better than a sniper shot. I think we can still go Serrated Arrow, though. Because I'm not too convinced that Serrated Arrow isn't better than a sniper shot. But I almost feel like we get rid of this Obsidian Arrow. Makes our deck a little bit more expensive, but at least we got our burst damage, which again we're kind of suffering on right now. Especially when you have hands like this. This one's gonna hurt. And then you guys swapped. Thank you very much. That at least takes care of that. Okay. We got it. All right. Tara with the AoE shielding. That's pretty interesting. Honestly, might have to happen. I think we need to grab it just in case. B heals. You piece. Ad investment is seeming pretty good because our what am I trying to say? Thorum has 3 retain cards. He has the enhance and he has 2 of the hammer throws. Or the taunts. I don't know if that one's hammer throw. But being able to get those to eventually be free means that he gets to play more minions. And if he gets to play more minions, then that means that we get to basically shield people for more. Gain 1 resilience whenever you play an Arcana or Nature card. Maybe. honestly, these are all... Not really feeling any of these. I'm willing to get rid of a sniper shot for that. I know we were just talking about not doing enough damage, but... we are not going to get access to this capital if we go this way. So we need to go this way. Oh, an early brood sentinel. Boy, oh boy. We forgot to equip the ad investment on you. That's a big oof. So we're going to go with this instead. This honestly seems pretty good. That seems very good. Avoided that ult, but this is the ult that we need to be careful of. If we don't get Sigil of Cirrus out in time, that ult basically means that whoever's there is dead. And we would really like to not have that happen. I have to decide exactly how we're going to save you, if at all. I think it's like this. And what we legitimately need is a minion, which we got. Then we're going to Sigil of Cirrus. Then we're going to Hammer Toss. Then we're going to Earthen Circle. I refuse to believe that we're dead here. I refuse it. There we go. Oh boy. Good old early brood sentinel. Now 6 damage in an area is definitely what I'm talking about here. That's some good damage. Definitely better than sniper shot. Lights Out is also incredibly interesting. Gives us access to an execute, which generally isn't a mechanic that people have besides Bjorn. Kind of want to believe in the Lights Out, but Explosive Arrow is obviously just easy damage. It's good. Especially if we get access to something like Anador Bow. Oh, so here we have to make a decision. And I'm guessing we're going to play around with lights out, because that's what I brainlessly clicked. We have access to our capital, so we're not going to spend this on healing. Number one thing that we need right now is you need AP. Get a card pile for Tara. We got Shatterwood Arrow and Envenom, which is both good sources of damage. Get to the capital. Heal my party for a little tiny amount. Get to this event. I'm really feeling the 8 health to the party, which is sad. That 8 health to my party is worth a lot versus a random artifact. Highly likely to not be good for us right now. Light Shrine. Restoration? No. Otherwise, Light Shrine doesn't really do much for us. Light Power would increase lights out damage. It would increase quick shot damage to 4. It's really not great for us. I think that Draw Smiting is honestly where we have to go here. We could also get Wealth. It's early enough that we could utilize Wealth, but I think it's Smiting. Because, again, we're suffering on damage, and that's a good way to get damage in there. Just go ahead and put Lights Out in there. And honestly, replace it with one of our Hex Shots, because we want it to be the last card in our hand. It's kind of hard to get that to happen when you have Haste. I don't think that we're going to be taking an early Elite here. I don't know how we could possibly survive it. Maybe we risk it? I don't know. Chances are is that we're going to hit the spider that gives us poison when we hit it, and then what do? What did we give Tara? She has a Shatterwood Arrow, Earthen Circle, Serrated Arrow. Serrated Arrow would give us 2 vulnerable. Maybe we could upgrade it. Take on a shard. God, that just sounds crazy though. There's even a camp there. We could definitely stabilize and just start cleaning up more stuff. Oh boy. I do, however, feel I don't know if this build ever comes up if we don't take on a shard battle now, though. That's my main problem. With a severe lack of defense, our defense currently is you blocking people with minions, which means that you need to get to 4 AP as soon as possible. These are worth 3. You could take this, hit a camp, couple of assault battles, maybe even this guy right here. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it away. This is at least not bad. Like, it's gonna hurt. We're probably dead if we can't do this. All of our damage is in DOTs. Oh, and here's this guy. This frickin' guy. Smiting. Toxic. Earth Shatter. Retain that. That's perfectly fine. Then we just gotta maybe get both of those out there next time. I think that in order to survive this, we pretty much just have to face race this guy. And we forgot to put your card on again. That's rough. That certainly helps. They're gonna either defend or block now. Oh my good lord. She's still dead. And I can't really get him into that lane. Instead of playing that enhance, I was supposed to probably taunt here. Okay, this is gonna get rough. We at least have that poison down. As small a victory as that is. How am I supposed to take this? We definitely needed Tara. Yeah, even if I shift over here, it's not going to make a difference. We're dead. Double bear was definitely not good for us. Yeah, I don't even think if we saved Tara, would we have been able to deal 70 damage off of one of Tara's turns? Not really. To be fair though, this right here really scuffed us because that also blocked all of the shock damage. How many times did we hit him? 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically. Okay, hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that's him dealing. Five, 6, 7, 8. So that would have been 24 damage. Suppose that wouldn't have made that much of a difference, but then Tara would have had to have done somewhere around 56 damage, maybe. With her ulti, maybe. But, oh wait, no, this is 4. If that's 4, then we lost like 32 damage. Yeah, Tara definitely, with vulnerable up, could have done that much damage. I definitely think that face racing was the right option here, because when this ulti came up, there was no way that we were going to be able to defend against it anyways. Anyways, we're dead. That's a shame. That could have been a very interesting poison team. Suppose the correct move would have been that we were actually supposed to just play it low and slow, not take that that shard battle at all. Just slowly grind out a couple more levels, try and come back in like Act 2. But like I said, I just don't know when we were supposed to actually get defense on that team. Especially with Maverick and Tara there. Like, I've been able to have some definitely tanky Thorums, but not AoE tanky Thorum. I suppose another thing that probably would have made a huge difference was having our add vestment on to reduce our retain costs. Because if that was the case, then one of our retains would have been down one, and we would have been able to shift into the left lane, get the Sigil of Cirrus out. We actually would have been able to completely block the left lane. And then not only that, but counting exactly like how much we would have been able to push other fights, like, because I think we were sitting on that for like 2 fights, so we would have probably been able to save, like, let's say 6 health. 6 health would have made the difference there, or a difference there, because at the end we were just getting double ulted for like 40 plus. Anyways, hopefully that was still entertaining for you guys. If you have any feedback, be it question, concerns, comments, misplay alerts, be sure to leave that down in the comments below. We'll see you Friday with another Arcanium video, and until next time, catch you guys around.